I'm Miss Allison.
I'm Miss Erin.
And welcome to
Simply Science.
Today we are going to be exploring the skeletal system
And the muscular system, because they're both really tied in together. It's hard to talk about one without the other. So we have a couple different things here for you today. So one thing that is important to know about your skeletal system is that it's your bones, it's your skeleton. And you have to have your skeleton so that your body has shape and form. And your skeleton is also going to help protect your internal organs. So your lungs and your heart and your brain. It's going to help protect your spine. So your bones have a couple different parts. So we're actually going to use a toilet paper tube and some tissue paper and shelf liner paper and wax paper to help us illustrate those. So your bones contain nerves and blood vessels. Your bones are alive, and they have a layer on the outside that's known as the periosteum. So I'm going to wrap that around my tissue tube. The periosteum helps to protect your bone. And inside your bone, you have a layer that's known as spongy bone. So that's my shelf liner paper. Since the spongy bone has some holes in it, it helps to keep your bones lightweight. If your bones were solid, you would be incredibly heavy and pretty much impossible to move.
So, as you can see, just like our bones, these are pretty hollow. However, inside your bones, you have something called marrow. Now, there are two different types of marrow.
So we've got yellow marrow.
Yellow marrow is important for our bodies because it helps to build fat and cartilage and tendons.
And as you get older, you actually lose yellow marrow.
You also have another type of marrow. It's red, and it creates your red blood cells, your white blood cells, and your platelets.
So it all fits together there in your bone, which is really cool.
Here's another neat demonstration of your spine. We just have a pipe cleaner. And we've got some cookies that represent the bones in your spine called your vertebrae. And then in between each of your vertebrae, because if all of our bones were stacked right on top of each other, they would be hard to move and bend around.
They'd rub together, which could get painful.
Absolutely.
Or could cause them to break.
So in between your bones, and these are just little jelly or gummy lifesavers, you have something called cartilage. And again, that's where your yellow marrow comes in and helps your body make it. And it acts as a cushion between your vertebrae. So if we keep stacking to make our spine,
I'll grab you another.
you can see that you can push these together and the cookies don't break. It provides them with insulation and cushioning.
So, and you have cartilage in between basically all of your bones. It's not just the bones in your spine. So you've got cartilage in your knees, you have cartilage in your finger joints, in your ankles. Any place that you have a joint that moves, you have cartilage.
And that's just to help protect your bones.
So one more really cool thing is that all of your muscles are going to move in pairs. So as one muscle extends, this top balloon, another muscle gets to relax, like the bottom balloon. When I bend it back this way, my bottom balloon has gotten to extend, while my top balloon has gotten to relax. If you want a place in your own body that you can see that really well, try it with your arm. Put your hand on your arm. As you bend up, you can feel the arm muscle contract. As you bend down, you'll feel it relax. Would you like to explain our hands? You can try this at home.
Lastly, we have a craft that you can make at home to show you how your bones move in your hand. All you need is some construction or cardstock paper. You could even use light cardboard.
Just a light cardboard. You don't want to use a heavy cardboard box.
Yep. You need some plastic straws, probably about 6 for this. And you also need some yarn.
And tape.
And as you're constructing your hand, you can see we have the bones in your hand, and then we also have the bones in your fingers. Now there are some spaces in between each of these in your fingers, and that's because you have joints that allow your fingers to bend.
So if you hold it.
So if Miss Erin pulls on the fingers, they bend at the joints.
So just like yours will.
And a little tip to get this to make your fingers bend on your craft, when you're adding your little pieces of straw, bend your hand at your joints, and that will help them to bend as you pull.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Simply Science. We'll see you again soon.